A Senate inquiry has kicked off in Canberra to examine the rapid emergence of digital currencies around the globe. It's looking at possible regulations, the potential economic impact of digital currency technology, and how Australia can become a market leader in this field. One of those who has given evidence today is Ronald Tucker. He's the chairman of the Australian Digital Currency Commerce Association. He joins me live from Canberra. Ronald Tucker, you better explain to us, first of all, how many Australian businesses are using digital currency.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Kim. According to the ATO, recent reports show over 1,000 merchants are currently accepting Bitcoin across the country. In terms of consumers, it's probably well over 100,000 according to our recent research. And
so do you think that this is the future of money?
I do. I think, look, I mean, the fact is we've seen how the internet has affected other industries in the past, such as the post and communication, email 20, 25 years ago, what that did for us. We saw it affect publishing in the late 90s, then we saw the music industry and eventually the film industry. We now see it touch things closest to us, our cars, our homes, etc. And it's only natural that it would eventually touch money, and here it is upon us, and Bitcoin is one of the first iterations of this.
Only today, the head of the Australian Securities and Investment Commission was saying that ASIC is monitoring the ever-evolving area of cryptocurrencies, including how to regulate them. What's your suggestion for rules and regulations for digital currency?
Sure. Look, it's important that we, from the beginning, have an open dialogue about just what the risks are and certainly about what the opportunities are in front of us. And by reacting early on and putting in a few nimble, agile steps that make sense, I think we can position Australia as a regional and perhaps global leader on this front. I think if we take a look to some of the proven formulas that have worked for us before in similar circumstances, such as ADCCA, the Australian Payment Clearing Association, who dealt with the emergence of electronic bank transfers 20, 25 years ago. They framed up a great self-regulatory model and they brought in some healthy government oversight as well, and in time legislation was passed to accommodate it, and this is something we're looking to. We're taking a look at ADCCA, the blueprint that exists there. It's been successful. Being that we share similar DNA, we think that this is a great place to start and perhaps come up with a framework that is going to accommodate the emergence of digital currencies such as Bitcoin.
Tell me a little bit about the impact of digital currency on our wider economy. I'm thinking particularly for the retail and banking sectors. How quickly are those sectors looking at digital currencies like Bitcoin and adapting to it?
Well, Australia is very well placed, I think. We already have a world-leading financial services framework in place. We have banks that punch well above their weight globally. And I think if we draw on the experience and the success of the incumbents that already exist and integrate it into this new financial technology that's arising around us, we can continue to ensure that Australia maintains its position and capitalizes on the benefits that are to come for the next several decades.
Are there costs for businesses for using digital currency?
Actually, if it's done properly, not at all. I mean, this is what's so appealing about it and why we've seen it go from, you know, non-existent 18 months ago to a critical mass awareness in such a short time. If set up properly, it can be absolutely free. There's no charges involved with this in remittances and settling payments, and otherwise there are a number of emerging businesses in between that are seeing the opportunities that exist in this new field and providing a service to accommodate it in a way that's easy to use and easily accessible.
Another question that many customers and businesses would have would be about the security of digital currencies. Is it vulnerable to hacking, and how do people prove, you know, how much they had in the till and the like? Sure.
The established financial sector, the banks and other financial providers, I mean, they wrestle with e-fraud daily. It's a serious consideration. You know, 60 million IDs theft from Target, I think, was a recent announcement, has been hacked again. This is something that isn't actually possible with technology around Bitcoin, blockchain technology. In fact, more funds have been lost in Bitcoin through people forgetting their password than it has been through any nefarious activity. It's an auditor's dream in many respects as well. You can trace every transaction from beginning to end. The important thing is to start to have some comfort around who are the people that are using it, the on-ramps and the off-ramps to Bitcoin. And this is something our organization, ADCCA, is looking to help ensure happens. Businesses who join us are businesses who voluntarily raise their hands and say we abide abide by this set of best practices, code of ethics, and we will point at which wallets and which transactions in the network belong to us.
All right, it'll be interesting to see what this parliamentary inquiry comes up with. For now, Ronald Tucker, thank you very much for joining us live from Canberra.
Thank you, Kim.